Today we're in Chinatown in Vancouver and we're gonna be talking to Miriam Alden. I'm sure you've heard about her brand, unless you don't have Instagram or live under a rock. It is Brunette the Label and we're here in their flagship store today. Come on and check it out.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. Do you sometimes still walk in here and be like, oh my God, I did this?
There's moments of that, absolutely, for sure. I definitely think when I go into my office and there's like a really amazing, like positive vibe and I can tell like everyone in the team is working really well together, I have these moments where I'm like, wow, this is really special. Oh. I think because I built this company without funding, there's been like a lot of grind behind it that most people don't see. So I think, you know, I'm still doing like payroll, I'm still dealing with HR, I'm doing manufacturing, like I wear a lot of different hats, and although we've grown a lot and everybody has an amazing role and they've taken so much off my plate, there is just still a lot of behind the scenes that take over sometimes that I think it sometimes sort of like fogs.
Well, especially in the world of like social media where it's like everyone sees the highlight reel and you're like, wait a second, you're not looking at me at 2 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm really proud of what we've built and I'm really proud of the kind of movement we've created. I am working really hard at looking at it with those sparkly eyes, because there's just these moments where you get those sparkly eyes and then there's the other ones where you're being hard on yourself, and so I am working really hard at seeing it for what it is.
That's awesome. But you didn't start in clothing. You didn't start in development. You started actually as an agent.
Yes.
So tell us about the Brunette showroom.
Okay, so Brunette Showroom was founded in October 2009, and I had worked in wholesale selling basically other brands for other people, and then I did styling, I did fashion writing, and I did a bunch of other things, and I realized I just had to hit like max capacity for growth, and so I decided to start my own showroom, and my boss at the time actually was really wonderful and let me start my showroom in his showroom so that I could train my replacement. And I think it was the first time like Babes Supporting Babes had really like been thrown at me and like seeing how special it was and how much it affected my personal growth. And so I started the showroom with like no brands with any names, and I just basically found these like cool brands in Las Vegas that I thought the styling would be really good for the current customers that I sold to. And so I started traveling with those brands, and then probably about a year later got Seychelles Footwear, which was my first sort of well-known brand, and then grew it from there.
Going from that side of things, you obviously already have this relationship with the retailers.
Yeah.
When did you decide to pull the trigger and like, we're gonna make Brunette the Label?
Well, I don't necessarily think I like pulled the trigger. It was Ryan, who still works with the company, and he's been here for 9 years now. It will be year 10 of the company, so about 9 years. He and I were doing like media events, and he made this backpack and like spray painted it Brunette is the New Black, and we would host these events and fill it up with like products from the brands that we were representing at the time. And we made a sweatshirt, a Walmart sweatshirt that said Brunette is the New Black on it. And I wore it to a project in Las Vegas, which I just came back from last week. And one of our buyers, Marie from Plenty, was like, I could totally sell that. And then, so we made 12 and then evolved from there.
Cool.
Yeah, and so I don't necessarily think it was like, when did we decide to launch a clothing brand? But I always knew.
It was an evolution.
Yeah, but I always knew I wanted a brand of some sort. I used to think I wanted it to be more like fast, like not cash and carry, which means like brands that are already made and I import them. But I knew I wanted it to be something that like made people feel good, and clothing for everybody, like a lot of the values that I still carry with Brunette the Label. That's
really cool. And I think one of the things from a marketing perspective that you guys have done so well is, I mean, to have the shirts that were like brunette, blonde, it said it had something for everyone. There was this, and I remember when you guys were like, wait, we didn't do silver and jet black, so you made it even more inclusive.
Yeah.
And just that brand recognition that you guys built, and then the community to go with it. So Babes Supporting Babes is a huge pillar in that community that you've created.
Yeah.
You said that it was kind of brought to you through other people kind of giving you that opportunity to grow when they knew that you needed to flourish.
Yeah.
Now what does it mean to you? I mean, And
it means
spreading
something
the word of
really
that
different to me at like different times. So I remember when I first said the statement, Babes Sporting Babes, I honestly think we were in Saskatoon and we were trying to come up with new designs for like, I think it was our 3rd season.
Yeah.
We might have been in our office, I can't remember, but I remember saying it out loud and it feeling really like weird and nobody was really like feeling it, and the saying didn't exist at the time, and it wasn't really a movement that was happening in the world at this time, but it was something that for me was like really, really crucial for my business development.
I think that's why it became such a movement though, because I feel like there were a lot of people feeling it and it just wasn't being expressed. Like we were all over that, like, I don't want to compete anymore. This is about like, let's collaborate. We can like boost each other.
And Babes Supporting Babes means to choose to like support other people and as well as yourself, right? Yeah. And so I do find it sometimes, you know, it's like, it's a really heavy thing in a really light way. So at first, in particular, like the generation before us, they were not connecting to the word babe because in that generation it was a negative. Whereas I've never experienced the word babe being a negative statement, but I also learned to acknowledge that a lot of people couldn't connect to it because the word babe wasn't something that was like used in a positive way.
Right.
Whereas for me, it's always been like really positive. My sister called her friends babes. I always called my friends babes. Like it was never like about the way you look.
Right.
It was always about like what kind of energy you put out. And so when I said it, I think it took a while for people to kind of like connect to it, but it's crazy. I think right now there's over like 80 or 85,000 like hashtag hits online, and not all of them are ours. It's obviously becoming a movement. And I think that's one of the things I am the most proud of, because I feel like it has become like a statement that mostly females, but males and females use when they're talking about like how they want to be in business or even just like personally. And I just am really excited about that. I think it has become like the babe movement.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what's next then for the babe movement? Like where do you see it going?
Well, we started the Babe List, which is an online platform where we feature other women doing really cool things. We got to get you on there.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Women and men. We've decided we were doing all different kind of industries, but we've decided to kind of like focus on more is like more within our industry, so like fashion and entertainment, and really focus on people that are really creating their own movements, and I'm really excited about that. And so that website is something we're doing more video content on. We're trying to do the Babe List as a part like of YouTube so that we can share it with like a larger audience. But I really want to start a mentorship program.
Amazing.
Through my company. And so the Babes Club, which is something that we're using a lot in statements, is really like the Babes Club, all members welcome, everyone's invited. And I think that kind of hones itself to like a lot of different directions. And I think just my goal is to really create like a really healthy corporate environment that develops people to go out into other corporations and share those same like values. And I think that on like an internal level is something I'm really focusing on. And then externally, I'd love to grow the Babe movement into like other countries and touch more people. That's really sort of my goal.
So you've also done a lot of collaborations with people and different cool companies. Can you tell us a bit about those?
Sure. So we try to collaborate with people that are really share the same values as us, as well obviously with Blonde, Brunette, Redhead and owning those trademarks. We can work with like a lot of hair companies because basically we're the only people that can put Blonde and Brunette on clothing in North America, accessories like hats and stuff. So it really like gives us opportunity with like a lot of different markets. So that's been really fun. We've collaborated with Goop before, with the Couture. So we're actually doing a collaboration with Juicy Couture right now that's launching at the end of October. And I was like a super fan back in the day.
I can't tell you how many fuller tracks.
Well, you're about to get another one. Yeah, we have black and pink.
I like need this now in my life.
Oh, it's so cute. So we're launching.
So this is not going to be aired until later, but you don't know how excited this information is.
I'm also.
Right now. So when you're watching this, it will already be out. But I'm like fangirling right now.
So everybody sort of our age group is freaking out, and it's, if you look at the trajectory of like brands coming, like their comeback, like Juicy's like this is their turn, and even in my wedding speeches, like people talked about how much I was obsessed with Juicy, and so it's sort of like a full circle moment for me. So that's a really exciting one. We've done like amazing collaborations with like bloggers that we love. Noelle Floyd. I'm an equestrian, so Noelle Floyd is starting this like awesome. Well, they've had the platform a long time, but they're really working on sort of like Barn Babe Sporting Babes.
I love
so
that.
I love that one. We just did a collab with Monica Hibbs, which had an awesome reaction. But we just really want to collaborate with people that we have like the same values and kind of share the same like working ethics, and it's been super exciting.
That's cool. Well, I'm super proud, and it's like crazy to be in here and seeing
thank
you grow over the last decade. It's been a decade, which is incredible.
I know, it is kind of crazy. I'm sort of like
We're kind of getting old.
38 years old. I'm like, when did that happen? I'm not 28.
Wait,
I'm
what?
38.
Well, congrats. Everything looks awesome.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see everything come to fruition in the future.
Thank you, and thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thanks.
If you were inspired by this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Broadworld's channel. Be sure you ring the bell to receive notifications each time we drop an interview from a female founder or give away branding and marketing tips to help you grow your business or your career.